everybody, my name's KiahOnARK. Welcome to an Ark video. Today we're going to talk about my top 5 dinosaurs in Acer that are the most useful dinosaurs. And these are just the dinosaurs I found most useful whilst playing Ascended. Let me know down in the comments down below, what are your favourite useful dinosaurs of Ark Ascended? Getting into number 1, this snail, a very obvious choice, but it has been extremely handy for Ark Ascended itself. You can usually find snails in the swamp or the redwoods. They are plentiful, and any level will really do for these guys. You don't need a good level. Whilst they might be a pain and take cakes to eat, they are useful and outweigh that kind of pain by being extremely useful as a heavyweight fridge, which is very useful for organic polymer farming because it's the only thing that will extend the time to a reasonable and lengthy time, meaning your organic polymer will not spill as often. And it also gives you a free 100 Acatina paste, which works as cementing paste every so often. You just have to remember to pick up the cementing paste once it reaches the cap of 100, so it can produce another 100 because it won't once it reaches 100. They're quite a low maintenance dinosaur. You can leave it just walking around your home, leaving a little trail everywhere, and that's all you need to do. Just feed it cake occasionally and it will be your best friend, a very useful friend. Next dinosaur I used a lot was a Pelagornis. So throughout my island playthrough, it's been extremely useful to use one of these guys. And that is because they're pristine techniques in farming organic polymer, so they actually marry up with the snail very well. They are extremely good at harvesting the organic polymer, and they have a reduced weight of organic polymer. So if you go to eat penguins with these guys, it will prove very, very useful, and they'll be able to farm you a lot. The most out of any dino, really, when it comes to this type of farming. I know I've used mine a ton, and it's been extremely useful, so I absolutely highly recommend getting one. They're not too tricky to tame. They do take some fish meat, and you'll usually find them in the ocean, or you can find them up by the penguins in the snow. That's where I got mine conveniently. Next useful dino has to be the Oviraptor. I have loads of these around my base. Not only do you not have to have them on wandering anymore, they'll just sit there and they can collect eggs for you. So they have an option on their wheel now where you can collect either unfertilized, fertilized, or both. I do both. It seems to be quite handy. Now, if they are out of range of the trough, you will need to feed them, otherwise they eat your eggs, but they will store the eggs in their inventory for you, and that will be extremely helpful. Also, the thing with Oviraptors, they are abundant and they are everywhere, pretty much all over the map, especially in the jungle areas. But they're very, very handy. I have a lot of them. I probably have about 6 of them around my base now. Upping their melee will up the range that they have, and upping their weight, of course, will up the amount of eggs that they can hold. But they have been an absolutely essential source in my gameplay, especially as I used to like to play with something like the Hatchery S Plus or Better Dinos, or I used to like Dino Storage, which collect the eggs for me. So having this as a feature again in this one is very, very handy, and I really like it. My next most useful dino has to be the Dung Beetle. You really can't have a video like this without them because they are the kings of fertilizer and oil when it comes to passive generation. And their brand new skill in Ascenders is very handy for the garden. So literally, they are wireless poo pickers, just like this one is named. They have this really good option on them where they collect feces. So any of the dinos in their location, they will pick it up. And then if you pop them on wandering, so they will need to be on wandering, in their inventory they'll pick it up and then they'll convert it into fertilizer and oil, so you can get loads and loads of oil from these guys, which really helps you craft gasoline to use in your generator. My last favourite useful dino has to be a frog. This thing has carried me for cementing paste all season when playing Ascended. Highly recommend them, especially for the Redwoods Cave, which is where we are right now on the map. So this place is a wonderful cave to come when you got a little gas mask or you got some ghillie and scuba get up to get some fantastic cementing paste. It's been so handy. I've had a bit of an overspawn with the bugs as well, even so, which has been difficult to deal with. But it's been alright because that means I get even more CP. As the game has started out, there is a few issues when it comes to overspawning in caves, and this is definitely one of them. But I mean, that just means even more CP, I guess, end of the day. So can't can't really complain. Can complain about the spiders though. Those are pretty awful when they come along. And might need some spearing now and again just to get them out your hair. You know, can't be having them spiders. Out you go. 3k CP right here just by popping in the front door. So insane amounts I can get. I'm on ×3 harvesting as well, and I still got more bugs to eat. So the frog has been absolutely so handy for me. Coming and doing these caves and stuff like that, just bringing it over here. It can do the entire cave as well. I did a video about that, which will help with loot as well. But it's especially good when it comes to smaller caves, like this one in Mention. This is an absolute great cave for the frog, and a great cave to get lots of cementing paste from. I guess as it turns night on my server as well, I can tell you one honourable mention as well. I actually have a couple that I'll talk about today. It's definitely got to be the rhynio. Since I got one of these things, I mean, it wasn't easy to get at all, but it has been extremely useful for just traveling things around and going around on the server itself. It's been so handy just to have it. Even at a low level, you don't need a good level, to be honest, when it comes to these guys. This rhynio I'm riding right now is a level 69, so it was a bit mid, but it does the job. It can just pick up pretty much everything your heart can dream about. Rexes, Diplos, stuff like that. It can pick up big things and help you travel it at a fast pace, and the pace is really kind of what does it for me. This creature is so quick and fast going around the map. It beats any other flyer in speed. So if you want to go drop farming and you have a low level one of these, just pump stamina on it. It already has a really high base weight when you tame one out, so they can be a really handy addition, especially on the island, where the flyers for speed pretty much go up to Tapihara and all that. So definitely extremely useful to have one of these guys. Definitely an honourable mention, and I have another honourable mention to add on as well. Next most useful dino has to be the baryonyx, for the sheer fact that pretty much any cave you want to go in, it can fit in. And it's good for water too, so tiny little entrances all over the place. This thing can absolutely fit in and do pretty much the whole cave. Baryonyx have been an absolute staple when it has come to my Ark Ascended gameplay. Not only are they abundant all over the rivers of the map of the island, you also get a lot of saddles from their drops. I can't tell you how many baryonyx saddles I have right now. One useful thing about baryonyx as well that I really like is the stunning ability, which has been really helpful with the sheer amount of sharks I've been encountering on my Ark Ascended adventure. They also have this really useful stun ability, which can stun things and stop them moving for a while. They won't run away, which could be useful for meat harvest, or it could be useful for just getting sharks off your back. It's been very useful when it has come to doing water caves and stuff like that. Baryonyx has been great for stunning things to get away from them, and you can use it in PvP as well. I suppose if you got any water enemies, stun them right off the back of anything. The baryonyx has definitely been a great creature to have. I just trot around all over the map on it. It does a decent amount of damage. It's the perfect size to go in caves, and the good saddles are plentiful on this beastie. That makes them one of the top tier dinos that have been extremely useful for me in Ascended. Anyways, when it comes to my top 5 best useful dinos for Ark Ascended, these are the ones I think about and have been extremely useful for me when it has come to my own gameplay. Let me know down in the comments down below, like I said in the entrance of this video, what are your favourite useful dinos when it comes to Ark Ascended? And I definitely recommend giving some of these a try that I've mentioned today. I promise you they will be 100% worthwhile. Anyway, my name's KiahOnARK, thank you for watching, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!